we've got a wrestling class, so I try to encourage people to go to that to learn takedowns, because you're better off learning takedowns from an expert at it. I train a lot of wrestling, but I'm not an expert at wrestling, but I'm going to show single leg takedown, because a lot of people don't go to wrestling class and don't actually learn it. So I figure we have to show it in our Jiu-Jitsu class as well. So I'm going to show the single leg takedown. Okay, so I'm here wrestling with koi. Now, first thing that you want is to make sure you've got the right level. Okay, so I want to make sure I'm not standing too upright. If I want to attack his leg and I'm standing upright, he's going to see that coming. It takes too long to go down towards the leg and attack. I want to already have my legs like loaded, ready to go. So I've got my feet, one leg forward, one leg back, and I'm in this low stance here. It should be pretty much immediate that I can come in and attack the leg. Okay, so you're going to have a nice low stance like this. Now, we're going to do a head inside single. It's the safer one to do in Jiu-Jitsu. There's less chance of being guillotine. Okay, so you can do single legs with your head on the outside, like this, or you can do it with your head on the inside. It's much harder to get choked if I keep my head on the inside. So make sure you're doing that when we do this one. And we're always going to step with our lead leg. So that means, because I'm using my right leg, I'm going to have to attack Koi's left leg with my head inside single. It's much easier for me if he's standing the other way. I still can do it if his leg's back, but it's a much further step. We'll do it from the far one, like while I'm showing you, but if your opponent stands the other way, that's even better for it. Okay. So I'm here. I want to make sure when I step in that I'm able to keep good posture when I attack the leg. Okay. So when I go to the single leg, I want to make sure when I get in and attach to the leg, I've got nice straight spine, and it's hard for koi to sprawl. Okay? So if koi goes to sprawl now, sort of stop. Yeah? If you don't bring your legs close enough and you just reach with your arms like this, yes, you're gonna get sprawled and it's gonna suck really bad. Okay? So what you have to do is you have to cover the distance with your lead leg. Always step with your lead leg. Again, it's about speed and closing the gap really quickly. So if I step with my back leg, it takes too long, too much distance to cover to get to him. I want to step with my lead leg. So I'm going to step nice and far, like this, and then my knee's going to go to the mat. Okay. If you had his other leg forward, a good landmark is pretty much, imagine you want to step in line with the foot, so that when you land, you end up nice and close. If you step back, it might be a bit too far to go there, so I'm just going to step to go around here, but my knees are going to go through. I'm going to get a good position. Okay. Now, next thing, I want to make sure my head's in the right spot. Okay, this is probably the thing most people mess up, and it took me ages, and I still don't always get this right in live training, but I'm working on it. If your head's down, it's really like a natural response to kind of go head down like this. Okay, my head's down and koi pushes my head, I'm going to lose. I can't like posture up against that. Okay. So I need to come in with good posture. So if my head's up, pretty much like imagine like connected to the chest here. Okay. Koi, push my head down. Very difficult. Okay. And now I can drive off my leg while I've got good posture. Drive and stand up. Okay. Which is what we want to go for. Okay. That's the first part we're going to do. So I'm going to drop my level. I'm going to step nice and far with my lead leg, and that same knee will go to the mat. My head connects, I've turned side on, and then I can stand up and I can hop back. Again, side on compared to front on is really important. If I go for it like this, he might let it push me straight backwards and I lose my balance. If I swing around the side as I do the single leg like this, I'm now at 90 degrees to koi, much better positioning to finish. Drive off your left leg, so this one's still up. I'm going to drive off that, push with my head, and stand up with the knee nice and tight. Alright, let's practice that entry first, and then we can work the finish up. 3, 2, 1. Alright, so obviously there's people ask this, and it's a good question. There is a bit of timing involved. Like, usually if his leg's that far back, I'm not just going to shoot for it. Usually you're you're wanting to like move them, and yeah, now when he steps that leg, it's a good time to go for it. You know, and you can see that sometimes you're just like moving around. I'm like, okay, every time he goes to step, that's, you know, I know that foot's about to step, you can attack it. So you need to read that a bit, but we won't practice that so much today. But just when you're actually sparring, that's probably the most important thing, is doing it at the right. It's doing it right, but also doing it at the right time. Okay. Okay, so how do we finish? Now, so I'm here, I got my low stance, and I'm gonna step forward. Make sure if you're up high, make sure you're dropping your level. If you're already low, you can pretty much just step, head goes to the middle. All right, I need to off balance Koi. So I think one of the most common mistakes people make, they try and just pick up the leg. So I don't wanna just like stand up with the leg. I wanna like make him off balance. So as I get up, I'm pushing into Koi with my head, okay? This starts to make the leg a lot lighter and easier to pick up. If it's here, keep your leg heavy. Like it can be hard to lift a leg like this. If I'm pushing him back with my head, it's much easier to pull the leg up. And I'm connecting my hands. There's different ways to do this, but I'm connecting my hands like around the knee, elbows pulling tight, and I pretty much want the knee like at my chest, okay? Now, really common mistake, don't do this, don't pinch with your legs, okay? It's great for holding onto the leg, but you're never gonna take anyone down, because I got no ability to use my legs to move it, okay? Well, sort of, I can kind of do this, but it's pretty weak. I want like nice wide stance. Use your arms to hold the knee, and use your legs to start moving them around, okay? So holding nice and tight on the knee with the arms. The way I'm gonna take this first move we're gonna do, it's when Koi is resisting or trying to sprawl back. So he's kind of pushing back against me as I drive. Yes, okay. So I'm gonna step across with my left leg. My left leg's gonna go here, and my right leg's gonna go back. I'm gonna take him down. Okay, so just run the pipe. So I'm here, I'm gonna step across, and then I step back, and I kind of like drag the leg down to the mat. Common mistake with this, people try to throw the leg. I'm not trying to do this, guys. Keep your head in position. I am dragging like his leg down this way, pulling his hip down to the mat and away from his far leg. Okay, so watch this. Nice and tight, I step across and I step back and I drag that hip down underneath. Okay, so do not do this, okay? I say that all the time, it's not the way to finish it. As soon as your head goes outside, again, you're at risk of getting choked. Okay? So here, come up, Koi resists, stops me, yes. Stops me holding him, step across, back, and pull, and get it. Okay. So the person on the receiving end, so if Koi's got my leg, he's pushing into me. Okay, I want you to start like try to stop him from pushing you. Good. Okay, so Koi's gonna step across and drag. Okay. All right, keep your head up, guys. Definitely, I want it like near the shoulder, not here. Okay. Here again, he can push my head and cause a problem. All right. Push my head. Take it down a lot better. Okay, so good posture, which means head up near the shoulder. Right. 3, 2, 1. Finish if that doesn't work. Okay, so I'm going to catch the leg. This time, actually, sorry, Koi's going to do this to me. I'll show you the defense. We'll work that first and then go from there. Okay, so that one works well if I'm trying to like sprawl my leg back and pushing into Koi. The run the pipe finish works really well like that. If instead I'm kind of leaning forward, so it's harder to take my weight back, and I'm kind of like making distance here. So try and do that takedown now, Koi. If I lean forward like this, it's a little harder for Koi to work that particular takedown. All right. So there's a bunch of ways we can counter this. I'm just going to show you one. One of my favorite ones. So we get to here, and Koi's just again lean forward, and yeah, and it's hard for me to every time I go for this, he's hopping. Okay. So I'm going to work to get the leg on my shoulder. Okay. I'll show you the movement, and then we'll go through it. So from here, I'm going to go lift the leg up. Koi's going to fall down. All right. So there's a lot of little grip changes there that you won't have seen until I go through it slowly. So the main thing when I do this, I can't let Koi pull his foot back and away. Okay. So if you're holding here, and I try to just even keep your leg there. If I try to reach to the leg and he pulls back, I'll lose everything. Okay. So the first thing I need to do is use my my right leg to block at the calf, here like this. So when he goes to curl now, he can't. So we're here, I'm gonna step my left leg back and right leg to the calf. Now he can't curl his leg, so I can reach down to the ankle, okay? Don't go under the leg, it's too hard to lift. Like you can see, I don't have any power with this. Just gripping here, I do, okay? So we're gonna go knee behind the calf, down to the ankle. I'm gonna push with my head to make the leg light. So of course, making this leg really heavy, it's very hard to lift. And he can make that difficult, okay? So what I do, I push him away with my head and I pull up. It makes the leg light. As he's moving away, I can lift it up to here. So you see my right arm takes over the role of this knee and blocks the calf. So I've gone from here, my right arm's at the calf. Now I can underhook with my left hand. Okay? And now I've got it, okay? His leg's on my shoulder. I'm just gonna block the knee, pull back. Sometimes this is enough to take him over. Usually it makes him hop, and you can tap and get him over from there. Okay? Nice and gentle. If you want it to be mean, you can kick, but don't do that. So, catch the leg. Corey's making that difficult by not like pressuring into me. I'm gonna push with my head, use my knee, catch the ankle, and uppercut with my right hand, and I change. Okay, from here, take it down. Once more. Catch the leg, push away, I get to here. If the person's not flexible, so some people start falling over about here, I want you to still try and do the grip change just to get used to it. So obviously if he's falling over here, that's great, but if he is, and I want you to kind of like squat down and do this still, just to get used to that grip change. So still do the uppercut and get to here, and then you can take him down from there. Okay, so you're someone not flexible, still try to go through the grip change. You'll have to do an unrealistic thing, which is kind of like doing that, but I want you to get used to that movement. Okay. So we go, 3, 2, 1.